Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. My name is Wanda Lee. I'm a married mom of 3, and I really appreciate you joining me for High Priority Monday. My husband and I have some ambitious goals for our family, including becoming debt-free, paying off our mortgage in half the time, and putting our little ones through college, ideally loan-free. So if any of those things interest you, I'd love for you to stick around. And today, we are putting a lot of money toward debt. We have a little bit money for savings, but we're putting a lot toward debt because after today, we only have one Monday left before the end of June, and we want to get this first one paid off before July. So let's see what we can do. Okay, first things first, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 5, 550, 20, 40, 60, 80, 650, 660, 670, 680, and 690. So $690 that we will be stuffing today. All right. First things first, let's get out our high priority savings binder. We only have a few categories in here that we will be stuffing. As I said, a lot is going to debt, but we do want to make sure that we're still maintaining what's important in here. So medical will be getting 10. So medical now has 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 30, 230. Vision is also getting 10. Let's go ahead and slide that in there. Let's go this way this time. 5, 15, 25, 35, 55, and 155. Switch things up, switch things up. Okay, dental is also getting 10. Slide that in there. So dental now has 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 145. Let's skip on over to emergency, which we try to put money in every time. Emergency is getting 50. So emergency now has 50, 1, 50, 250, 350, 450, 1950. I'm feeling good about that. All right. And then we're going to move all the way over to college, which we also try to stuff every time, as that aligns with one of our goals. Whoops. All right, so we've got 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,500. All right, and last but not least, we are going to put our last 10 into investments. So let's go this way this time. Investments now has 1, 20, 40, 30, 50, 60. So 160 in investments. Okay, we are all done with our high priority savings binder. Whew. Let's straighten up this money a little bit. All right, and let's move on to debt. And I want to talk about this a little bit because previously I had been tracking my numbers incorrectly. Meaning that I wasn't accounting for a consistent charge, and also I was calculating for interest, but I wasn't calculating a recurring car insurance payment that comes out on this card, because this is technically the card that we use for anything car related. So we do have a recurring car insurance payment that is for both of our cars, turns out, and that comes out every month. So I kind of want to talk about how that works. Just a moment. Okay. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. Basically, we started off with $29.44. We took $1,000 from our tax refund and brought that balance down to $19.44. We took $357 for an insurance reimbursement and put that to bring the balance down to $16.45. We put $305 from our 100 envelope challenge. We reallocated that money to bring the balance down to $13.40. And then we put $300 from just our regular cash stuffing to bring the balance to $10.40. And then we put $200 from my husband's gambling win and brought the balance down to $8.40. And then this is where it goes haywire, because on the 19th of May, we had our $321 insurance payment, car insurance payment, bring the balance back up to $11.62, which was annoying. And then immediately following that, on May 22nd, we had our interest payment of $29.73 also come out. So anyway, that's why when we did our $200 payment from a regular cash stuffing, the balance was $992, which was sucky instead of being less than $840. But it is what it is. So then we did put in another $200 from cash stuffing, which brought it down to $792. We put $60 that we reallocated from my husband's business binder that I had been saving for his car insurance when it was separate, but since it had become combined, I just reallocated that $60 toward our card payment, which put it to $732, but I didn't do it separately. I combined it with our cash stuffing from June 15th, which was $450. So together that made $510. Brought the balance down to $282, which is great. But then of course, on June 18th, $381 was charged to the card for our insurance, which brought our balance back up to $664. So it's like every time we take a step, we're smacked back down by car insurance. But that's okay, because that's life, and we should be close. So that having been said, $664 is the balance on the card. We have, let me just move this out of the way because we don't really need it like that anymore. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 150, 250, 350, whoops, just kidding. 250, 350, 450, and 550 that we are putting on this card, which technically means the balance should be 114, right? Because we have 550 we're putting on the card, which should bring it down to 114, and we should be able to pay that last bit off before the end of the month, and also before the next car insurance payment hits. So we will actually get that to zero. I know that was a lot of explaining, but for anyone who's interested in how that pay down stuff works, that's where it is. So the original goal, of course, was to have it paid off by the 20th. We didn't reach that, but we should have it paid off by next Monday, which will still be before July. And then we can start setting up for our next card that we're trying to pay off. and we will just set aside money each month for our car insurance payment so that as soon as it hits, we can zero it out. You do want to, I don't want to say you, I don't want to say you like I'm telling you what to do, but I'll say that it is a negative to your credit if you close all your card accounts. So it's recommended that you keep some, and then obviously if you have no activity on the card after a certain amount of time, no, that doesn't look good either, but you want to have some kind of activity. So some people recommend just having like some kind of recurring payment on the card that you can pay off in full before your statement runs, and so that way you don't have to worry about paying interest, but it still looks like you're maintaining activity on the card, and you're also not showing, what's it called? And you're also keeping that extra like line of credit open. And it's crazy. People don't want you to be, they don't want, card companies don't want you to have a high balance. I think it's like above 20% utilization on your cards. I can't remember the exact number, but you definitely don't want to be over 20% utilization on your cards. They don't want you to be delinquent on payments or anything like that, but they want you to have as many lines of credit as possible, right? They even tell you, it's recommended you have a crazy amount, but whatever, I digress. The point is that we won't be closing the card because we do use that card for car related purchases, but we do want to make sure that we're paying it off in full. So that car insurance payment, we will probably continue to have it recur on that card. And then if there's a car related emergency, we'll put it on that card, but we'll make sure that we pay it off in full. So little bit of background that nobody asked for. Anyway, we are finished with our debt binder, and I really appreciate you for stopping by for High Priority Monday. I think this is the most important day of the week because for our family, because this is where we handle everything related to our long-term goals, those goals that are toward financial freedom, toward our debt-free journey, toward creating generational wealth, right? And so that's what Monday is for in our family. And so it's probably my favorite day, though it is probably not the most exciting day to watch. But if you did stop by, I appreciate you. I'd love for you to hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw. And please do consider subscribing. I'd love to have your support. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.